Alaska is famously known as the last frontier, mainly for its distance from the lower 48 states and the rugged landscape and climate locals have to be able to withstand on a daily basis. While summer can be sunny, colorful, and welcoming, the winters are practically polar opposites, with harsh winds, freezing temperatures, and very little sunlight. These aren't the only things to consider. The state itself is massive in size. Alaska's true size is hard to comprehend due to the warping caused by common map styles we grew up seeing in grade school. If you combine the area of Texas, California, and Montana, it would still be less than the size of Alaska. There are approximately 222 million acres, or 60% of Alaska, that is designated as federal land, with 57.5 million acres of that designated as wilderness. Another 16.5 million acres of the 222 million acres is proposed wilderness. That is a potential total of 75 million acres of wilderness, and that's only counting what the federal government owns. However, even with these intimidating conditions and the reality of how vast the Alaskan wilderness truly is, over 2.5 million visitors make the journey here every year to experience the beauty and wildlife of this state firsthand. I had the unique opportunity to be one of those visitors at the end of September of 2022, with my dad, grandpa, and boyfriend joining along as well. Over the course of 5 days, we were able to travel to 4 different cities within Alaska. We saw all kinds of wildlife, such as orcas, seals, otters, and even moose. We experienced some of Alaska's natural beauty through hiking and saw a few icebergs along the way. Of course, we also indulged ourselves in some local cuisine and other delicious foods, and explored the coffee scene in each city as well, with a few adult drinks thrown in between. In this video series, I'll be taking a deep dive into the experiences we had on our Alaskan adventure, and offer some tips along the way. Keep in mind, this is just one of many different ways to experience this amazing state. Our journey to Alaska began with an early wake-up call of 6 a.m. for our flight from the Raleigh-Durham Airport.
Requirements that we're going to ask you to help us with.
The first flight of 2 went smoothly. And a couple hours later, we were touching down in Dallas for our 7-hour layover. Since our layover was so long, we decided to head into downtown Dallas using the metro system. The Dallas Area Rapid Transit System, or DART for short, has a line called the Orange Line, which takes you directly to and from the airport into downtown Dallas for about $4 round trip. Around 40 minutes later, we arrived in downtown and headed straight to the 6th Floor Museum, located only a couple of blocks from the West Station stop on the tram. I had bought our tickets earlier that morning and chosen our entry time to line up with our arrival to Dallas.
Thank you.
Hi, do you have tickets?
Yes.
This museum is located in the former Texas School Book Depository building, where John F. Kennedy's assassin, Lee Harvey Oswald, stood on the 6th floor and shot JFK as he rode by in the street below in a motorcade.
The motorcade begins the 11-mile ride to the Dallas Trade Mart, where the president is to deliver a major address. Governor and Mrs. Connally ride in the presidential limousine. In a downtown building, a gunman waits at a 6th floor window, a high-powered rifle by his side. A radio newsman describes the motorcade as it moves toward the Dallas Trade Mart.
The president's car is now turning onto Elm Street, and it will be only a matter of minutes before he arrives at the Trade Mart. I was on Simmons Freeway earlier, and even the freeway was jam-packed with spectators waiting their chance to see the president as he made his way towards the Trade Mart.
The entirety of the museum is on the 6th floor and chronicles JFK's life up to his assassination. Behind this glass, in between the boxes, is the spot they believe the assassin stood as he took the fatal shot.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. You'll excuse the fact that I'm out of breath, but about 10 or 15 minutes ago, a tragic thing, from all indications at this point, has happened in the city of Dallas. Let me quote to you this. And you'll excuse me if I am out of breath. A bulletin, this is from the United Press, from Dallas. President Kennedy and Governor John Connally have been cut down by assassins' bullets in downtown Dallas. They were riding in an open automobile when the shots were fired. The president, his limp body carried in the arms of his wife, Jacqueline, has rushed to Parkland Hospital.
President's wife, Jackie Kennedy, was not hurt. She walked into the hospital at her husband's stretcher side. That Governor Connally was shot in the upper left chest. And the first unconfirmed reports say the president was hit in the head. That's an unconfirmed report that the president was hit in the head.
Senator Ralph Yarborough burst into tears just a few moments ago. Senator Yarborough said, "I saw a Secret Service man sitting on the rear of the presidential car and pounding the car with his hands in despair, anguish, and pain. I knew something horrible had happened."
Be aware, there are some graphic photographs and videos shown throughout the exhibit that I did not include here, and is something to keep in mind when considering bringing younger family members to this museum. Bonus tip, they do offer a free bag check as well, so you don't have to carry around your heavy backpack if you're coming straight from the airport like us. There's also a rotating exhibit the next floor up, covering related historical events. After spending a little over an hour in the museum, we worked up an appetite, so we headed about a block back down the road to the Record Grill. This small establishment opened around 1969 and has been serving up burgers and grilled chicken for over 50 years. A very important detail is that they are cash only, and make this very obvious with several signs throughout the diner stating such. We ordered some enchiladas and fried chicken for lunch. Located across the street from the Record Grill, on the other side of a small park, you'll glimpse the John F. Kennedy Memorial Plaza. Dedicated in June of 1970, this monument was designed by architect Philip Johnson as an open tomb concept to symbolize the freedom of President Kennedy's spirit. It's important to note that this monument was supported, funded, and erected by the people of Dallas, with thousands of citizens making contributions in different ways. The space was intended for reflection and remembrance, while also paying tribute to the joy and excitement of one man's life. Then it was time to catch a tram back to the airport so we could board our last flight of the day. After about 5 more hours of flying, we finally landed in our final destination, Anchorage, Alaska. Seconds after walking off the plane, we encountered this taxidermy moose and took this fun selfie with our severely sleep-deprived selves in front of it. After picking up the rental car, we grabbed a quick late-night dinner, checked into our Airbnb, and quickly fell asleep in preparation for the next day's adventures. For more information on the places we visited, see the description below, and watch the next video in this series to see how we experienced Alaska.